This woman is about to take care of her physical needs in the restroom. But in the next moment, several men shook the toilet frantically and finally pushed it over. Looking at Mary's sorry state, they were still laughing madly. Poor woman's name is Mary. This was not the first time Mary had been humiliated. Adult toys were put in the lunchbox. Unknown liquids were smeared on her clothes. Even the locker room was covered with humiliating words. Mary tried to get the supervisor to punish the staff, but the supervisor told her to quit and get out of the office. All she could do was leave tears in the locker room. The old staff told her to quit, but she couldn't give up the high-paying job because Mary had to raise 2 children on her own. It turns out that Mary has a bad past. She was seen by a teacher when she was with her boyfriend. As a result, they were called to the office. Shortly after that day, still a high school student, she became pregnant. No one knows what happened that day except for her. Her father was ashamed of his behavior and never spoke to her again. Shortly after that, she married a man, suffering from domestic violence every day. That day she finally made up her mind and brought her 2 children home, but was humiliated by her own father. In the end, an old friend agreed to take them in. However, on her first day on the job, she ran into big trouble. The supervisor assigned to her was her high school boyfriend. Little did she know that her former boyfriend had turned out to be the worst of the workers. He lured Mary to a deserted workbench and tried to make out with her. Mary escaped rather than give. She was then subjected to relentless retaliation. One day, she was watching her son's hockey game with a friend. A woman who claimed to be Bobby's wife called her a whore who seduced men in front of everyone. Her son also heard this. He hid in his classmate's car and didn't want to go home. Even said that her mother was a whore. It was okay to be humiliated at work. Even her son now despised her. She was furious and complained to the board of directors. She didn't realize that these people were also capitalists. They didn't care about her. The next day, because of her complaint, the female employees suffered more humiliation. Afraid of trouble, they all stayed away from Mary, and she also left herself in an isolated situation. Finally, she could only choose to resign. She decided to sue the company.